14 days before, they release the date in which the iPhone is going to be presented, and then the day that people can go to the shops. And what happens? That people plant tents in front of the shops just to be the first ones to buy the iPhone. It's crazy, right? So how iPhone, this is what Jeff Walker thought. How does Apple market the iPhones and these products, and how can I replicate this for small businesses? So I don't need to invest 10 millions in an ad campaign because I don't have 10 millions, I'm in a small business. Jeff Walker said, okay, how can I do that in a smaller scale so I can put 5,000, 7,000, 10,000 in ads and generate the same anticipation and desire for a product that's gonna be released soon, okay? So he created different formulas, he tested out, he was starting with an investment product, and then eventually he started trying the webinars. This was in the 2005. So it was like 15, 16 years ago when he started developing this, reading about psychologists, reading about mental triggers and how he could press all these mental triggers. At first it was a mess because all these mental triggers were like mixed. And then he realized that, when I'm putting all these mental triggers in a sequence, and I'm pressing first authority, then I'm pressing this, and each one of these videos you press the right mental triggers, people go from the new opportunity. Okay, you can write this down. These are the key parts of all the videos. The new opportunity, to the experience, to the transformation, to the experience, okay, like ownership. How does it feel for somebody to own your product or service, or to experience your product or service? And eventually, video 4 is the sales video. Okay. So you talk about the new opportunity you have in front of you, whether it's releasing trauma, whether it's freedom. You talk about the new opportunity of, wow, you can be free. You can leave your country. You don't have to stay in your country. You can buy a house in another country. That's a huge opportunity. Okay, that's video 1. When you talk about IG growth, you can grow your IG to this point. Imagine what you can do with your IG, with all these followers. You plant this seed here, the new opportunity, okay? When you want to do the same with the courses for the nonprofit, when you want to do the same for the team building for CEOs, Sky, you offer, imagine what it would be to be an effective leader, an effective CEO, and to build a team around you, around your vision, how much more you can accomplish. You plant this seed, okay? Yes? Make sense? Good. Next one is the transformation, okay? The transformation. You want to prove that this works. So, for example, when I'm saying, I'm explaining before, Erico Rocha did a launch using this formula in a 3-day event. So again, it doesn't have to be the 4 videos. You just need to mix it in this way, in this sequence, but then you can put it in different formats. You can put it in a 7-day challenge, in a 5-day challenge. You can put it in an event, 3-day event, whatever it is. You follow this sequence. He made 36 million in 3 days. That's Erico Rocha, like big one, the leader of Brazil. But this can be applied in other companies, for example. As I told you before, I'm in the Spanish franchise, the seed team of the Spanish franchise of PLF. So the company is based in Mexico, and it started, and the first launch that we made, first ever, when the Spanish franchise arrived to the Spanish market and all that stuff, we had 1,259 students at a ticket of $2,000. Okay? If you make the math, it's 2 million. And then we had an upsell. We'll talk about that later, how to have upsells and downsells, products that are an add-on, that people want to pay a bit more to have more exclusive approach or contact with you or whatever, or a downsell, that it's a product that is cheaper because it offers less characteristics, less things inside the program, so they pay less and they get less. So in total, with the upsell, we didn't do a downsell in this one. The company generated 2.9 million in 5 days. So this is the power of a launch. Okay, and for this team, it was the leaders of Product Launch Formula Spain. I was here, but I was as well, all the team, it was 19 people. Okay, so again, the power of a team. This cannot be achieved by 2 leaders. It cannot be achieved by a funneler or an ads manager or with me that I was with social media strategy behind and the communication. It's impossible. 19 people, okay? But when you have this in place and you put a team around you and you make it really big, this cannot be achieved in a webinar. I've never, ever, ever, ever seen a webinar that generates 2.9 million in 5 days. Webinars are more like passive, constant, evergreen, long-term, but the spikes of sales that a launch generates, any other vehicle in the marketing, in the online marketing can generate it, okay? So this is a vehicle to create spikes in sales, okay? When you need a cash flow boost in your business and you know how to launch, this saves your company or gives the next level growth that you need in order to hire more team, in order to spend more in ads on your webinar and to support other areas that you might want, okay? So to save money in case you want to, I don't know, be 6 months without working, because again, we are not talking about being self-employed, we are talking about being business owners. As a business owner, maybe you want to have 6 months of vacations. It's like, okay, I just want to have 6 months of money saved so I can go on vacations, I can travel the world, I can stop my business and have it in minimum generation that covers costs with my team, but I can leave. And in 6 months, I'm coming back recharged with energy and back again. So a launch generates this spike in sales to give you the freedom that you can do whatever you want in your life, okay? This was for a traditional product launch formula like this, but also when you know how to launch, you can use it in an event. And in November, this November 2020, okay, we had an event just so you see how you can use this in your business, okay? You already have clients of this basic product. This product is the basic product, is okay, to separate it from the event. This one is pre-recorded, everything pre-recorded. It's like, I don't know how many hours of content, like maybe 50 hours of content. We have different 8 modules that explains you how to launch, how to create a seed launch, how to create this launch, and then how to create an external launch that is with affiliates, so you even make everything bigger. So in this product, it's explained all the theory, all the knowledge, all the strategy behind the product launch formula and the tactics, how to implement it, like email per email, word per word, almost, you know, like every video, everything inside each video, what do you need to do? So this is what I also teach in these students, because I'm part of this this program, this event. I am also on the team. I was in this November. We were doing this and we had students. We had 350 students. So see the power of this, because sometimes we are focusing on putting ads to generate sales, but we forget that we already have clients, right? And how much easier is to get a client, an already client, to another product of yours if they are already happy and you have an extraordinary product that they loved, how much easier it is to say, hey, you might now want to jump on this, and I have this for you. You already love this, I have another extraordinary product. Do you want to buy from me? That conversion is higher, much higher. Usually it's 10x. I mean, it's 10 times easier to get a client to buy another product from you than to get a new client to buy the first one, okay? So that's why a lot of people forget about this, but it's super important. That's why we have this upsell that we offered here, but then on November, this was in July, in November, we offered the same upsell to the students that didn't buy the upsell here. So we invited all these students, all this, we said, hey, wanna buy a ticket for a virtual event of 2 days? And 350 people bought. So see, a 25% conversion rate for an event. And in this 2-day event, we had 51 upsells. And each one of these upsells, it's $10,000. More than half a million in 2 days. What did we use? This, but instead of pre-recorded videos, we used it in 2 days. So first part of day 1 was this, second part of day 1 was this, third part of day 2, first part of day 2 was this, and then the offer. We mixed a bit of the offer here as well. There are some advanced strategies that you can tweak, so you adjust it, but it's the same strategy. And again, another spike on sales, okay? So I'm phrasing this, I'm putting this in a context, so you can see that launches, when you understand the launch, it's really complementary to the webinar. So for example, if we come here and we say, okay, I have a webinar in, let's say, February, okay? I have a webinar in February. I can launch in January, okay? Then we will do the map. But this, if you are doing this every 3 months, you will see that these 3 months are not overlapping. So you can do webinar, launch, and then we will add this, and it's power.